to the old days. There we go. So it's finally happening. Ladies and gentlemen, SeanProd.TV, and as you can tell from the title, this is a totally different video than I usually do. Today we are going back to where many have begun the journey for driving lorries. We are driving a class 2, multi-drops. Some of you might think, why did he go from class 1 to class 2? I will explain that just in a short while. So there's a question everyone's probably asking themselves by now, and that question would be, why has he gone from a class 1 to a class 2? From a better paid job to a worse paid job? From driving A to B to driving multi-drop?
Cherish myself, so don't cross the line. All the old times are into your eyes. Please.
Massive apologies for the long wait on the new video, but there has been a few things I had to sort out before making new content. To answer the question that's being asked, why from a class 1 to a class 2, it's simply because of family. From working 15-hour days, I went to work in a few hour days. No overnight staying in truck or hotel. No rush because you're short on time, etc. Of course, apart from Christmas. If you're wondering if I still will be doing videos, the short answer is yes. I have quite exciting content coming, and we are going to be widening our videos from just trucks to many more other content.
Yeah, if you're wondering, I do find class 1's a lot easier, a lot more natural driving class 1 than class 2. Whack a lefty. Might be a bit tight, but it doesn't look like it's not doable. A bit close for my liking. But let's continue. Right, the tail lift's hitting the ground. Oops. Let me try again. No, wait. Let me try again and lift the arse up. But then, when I lift the arse up, when I get inside, the front bumper's going to drag because it's not a front air. Let's try again. Let's try again. This does seem like a better approach. But yeah, we have to be careful. I'm not, trust me, I'm not that type of person where I'm overly dramatic with reversing. With any kind of maneuver, to be honest. There we go, we're skidding now. Let's transfer the weight. That is a little bit too close for my liking.
Contact.
Oh, I didn't think I'm gonna pull that. Alright, now we got this wall here. It's gonna be a lot easier once we tip those 6 ginormous pallets. Cause obviously less weight, and less weight equals better manoeuvrability for some reason on class 2s. So yeah, first drop. So I've got carried away with talking to the store staff. I'm gonna make one attempt going that way. Let's see if it's gonna work or not. I have to be really, really careful as well, because I don't think I will get out like this. Those trees don't like it. Right, I can see obviously that wall better now. Let me see if I can. Okay. Will I touch it? Oh wow! So it was actually possible. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Let's continue with the day. 2 more stores. 2 more stores. I've got such a good day today. Well, I don't want to jinx it just yet, but it does look like it's going to be a really good day today. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I don't want to touch that scaffolding there. Yeah, as I say, from the worksheet today, it does look like a promising good day. What I mean by that is I've got 3 stores just in one city, one town. So I've started 5 o'clock this morning. Well, actually 6 o'clock, sorry. It's 8 o'clock now. So, and I'm done with first store, which had the most pallets. I've got 2 more stores which have 3 pallets and half a pallet. So technically I should be done within an hour, crossed fingers. And then an hour drive back. Hour? 1 second. Yeah, in an hour, yeah. An hour drive back, because it took me 1 hour to get here, 1 hour to unload, because obviously I was unloading it inside the shop. You know, taking the pallets through an alley in the store. And now it's most likely we don't have to do that, because I can't remember exactly. I can't remember those stores I'm going to right now, but I reckon we don't. So we'll see how we crack on. The best thing is, it's not even that far. It's literally a 5-minute drive from the first shop to the second shop. I don't know about the third shop, but you know, obviously it doesn't seem to be that far either. Yeah, being a multi-drop driver, you do tend to forget every now and then about the seatbelt. Good job it's obviously beeping at you. So yeah, obviously in a multi-drop situation, it is kind of hard for me to record any kind of, you know, what I used to record, which is them, what do you call them now? You know, it's hard to take shots of the lorry, of the what was actually happening. You know, it's hard to do a what I used to call cinematic style kind of video. But that does not mean that I will not be able to do it ever again. So stay tuned. This is only like an update video, because it's been obviously what, 8 months? Wow, the time flies. I mean, it's been 8 months since I've been recording last time, which was when Multidrop. In fact, no, I've recorded an RDS as well. And yeah, probably thinking, why did I leave, you know, driving a V8 in RDS to, well, it wasn't my V8 all the time. I was driving it every now and then. I was driving all lorries there. But basically, there's just some things that I didn't get along with being at RDS, and you know, I were looking to pull that decision for a while. Then I've got, you know, I don't usually get sick, but this is that one time within the last 3 years I got actually sick. And yeah, obviously you can see where that is heading. I went on a sickie, and I don't know what, but it felt like something 19. I can't say the actual word because I get demonetized, as if I were monetized in the first place. So never mind. Yeah, basically I were, you know, off for a few weeks, and then the decision came by itself, should I call it. I'm not gonna go into too much details just yet, because, you know, there's been good aspects of that job, but there's been aspects I'd rather not talk about, put it that way. Like, this is the nicest way I can say it, without, you know, getting pounded on for you know, for saying things about a business, put it that way. Yeah, I mean, you can see with my wording where I'm going. Yeah, you know, some people like it, some people don't. Simple as that. Just simple as that. We are in city centre of Wakefield. I'm taking it off because I'm literally 100 yards away from my place, from the delivery, sorry. And I'm gonna be doing some manoeuvring. And then one more shop and home time, yeah! I might have to do a 15-minute break on the way somewhere. Just before you hit the 6-hour mark at your work, you need 15 minutes breaks. And this is the biggest question in the industry. How does working time directive work? I will explain everything later. Oh, it's going to be tight. Let's get that bus through first. It's going to be very tight. Right, it might be a bit tighter than my comfort level. Excuse me, can you walk a bit faster, thank you? put this up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I might not be actually able to reverse into here. Well, reversing into here is not a problem, but reversing where I'm actually trying to go might be an issue, and there's no way I'm going to get it in driving in forwards. So wish me luck. That car is reducing my maneuverability up here, and I might not be able to pull it through. I might have to stop here. But I don't want to, you know, drag 3 pallets like 500 yards. No, I won't do it. Casually hitting the head against the camera. No, I won't do it. I won't pull it through. For goodness sake. Whose car is it? Alright, I've got a bit more maneuverability up here, so I might try. And as I say, I'm not being overly dramatic because I'm not just that type of person. Hey, it does look like I'm going to pull it through. Just, but will. What's going on here? Right, let's get out and have a look what's going on here, because this looks like they're working on something here. And we're trying to go there. There's a passage up here, but that passage, nah, I won't be able to go through with a pallet through here. Looks like we're going outside the store then. Oh, all this for nothing. All this for nothing. Alright, let's crack on. Getting out now. But, I mean, I must say, I'm really surprised I pulled this one through, because obviously, even driving forward, look at this. Driving just forward, you can see I'm running into an issue, and if it's not that issue, it's going to be that issue in a minute. So I am quite surprised. I mean, as I say, you know, naturally I'm a class 1 driver. It feels unnatural driving a class 2 like a giant rigid, so obviously by that you can work out that, you know, it's easier for me to drive a class 1 than a class 2. Right, we're gonna have to stop here because there's no other way we can pull this through. So yeah, this is it for today. I mean, yeah, it's more of a reveal of the job rather than anything else. But yeah, I mean, today's been an absolute gem of a exemplary reason why I choose to work here, driving, you know, class 2 rigids rather than oh, what's going on here? Rather than a class 1. You know, it's a have they really hit each other on a straight piece of road? Ah, good timing. Oh my god, they did! I don't know if you saw that. Thank you. yeah, as I say, you know, I've started today 6 o'clock. It's 10 past 10. I'm 20 minutes away from the yard. Ignore what the sat-nav says. The sat-nav's wrong. And yeah, I mean, you know, I'm home every day. I don't have to sleep because I don't have anywhere to sleep anyway. You know, just an ordinary day. This is how I imagine driving lorries will be like. You know, just a few hours home, good pay, you know, and you don't care at the end of the day. I mean, you know, obviously, as you can see, there's a slight difference between the tramping piece of kit I used to use. I'm not even talking about, you know, the size of the cab. I'm talking about, you know, how organised. I used to be a bit more organised. I used to be way more cleaner. But, you know, I'm driving. I used to drive up here a different truck every day until I managed to get this beast. This, I say beast because the tacho's well set up on this one. This is the fastest lorry we've got. So I've asked nicely, oh, can I have my own lorry? And I put my name tag on it. So yeah, no one can tell me that, oh, it doesn't say your name on it. Well, it obviously does now. And yeah, I mean, you know, what else do you want from life? Just easy, peaceful. You need to get used to the peaceful part, because obviously it's multi-drop. It's never peaceful on multi-drops. But I tell you a big difference, yeah? Driving here, you know, unloading yourself and doing stuff like that, it's way more easier than driving where I used to drive Lidl's. Like, as a clear example, I did a little bit of Lidl work, and I used to go to Lidl quite often delivering there, as in to the Lidl's RDC itself, and it's totally different. I mean, you do get odd shops with handballs, but I usually get away with them. I don't know how. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, we do get slightly better pay if we do handball, but I'm not bothered about the pay, you know. I'd rather just have a chill out day like today. Like, literally, today's been one of the good days. And though we used to have them good days, we used to have days like today very, very often, but we changed depots. We got rid of one depot located somewhere else, and basically we received all the shops at the same time. And then we still have a little bit of issues with drivers because we don't have enough drivers, you know, and all that clumped together, especially at Christmas period. From Christmas until like third quarter of January, we were busy. We were absolutely busy. It did reflect on our pay slips, but you know, coming here was not my intention to get good pay. I'd rather have slightly less pay now and be more at home. And I'm not even comparing it to tramping, because obviously, you know, on tramping you get way more money than you do up here. And yeah, I mean, I forgot how to talk to the camera again. Need to get used to it. And yeah, apologies. Obviously, you know, it's not a, as I say, it's not a cinematic kind of video. It's more of a, you know, reveal what I'm driving, and you know, a quick update that I'm still alive, I'm still here. I just had to get through some stuff just beforehand. I was able to record anything. So yeah, as I say, you know, we're making our way back to the yard. You know, I'm going to be home around 11 o'clock, which is what you want. Peaceful life. I get home, I can see, well, my oldest daughter's at school, so I'll be able to pick her up later on, which is, you know, it's something that I was never able to do until I got here. And this is like main reason why I work here. I get home, I get to see my kids. I can do, you know, whatever is on my job list today. Like as an example, you know, I can. It might sound funny, but I've got finally time to even clean my car. If it's, you know, this kind of weather, like it's not raining, main part. It's not windy. It's all right, and it's around 90 degrees. I mean, that's something out of my control. But what I'm trying to say is, I was never able to do, you know, washing my own car due to, you know, being all week away, and then weekend, you know, you rather concentrate on the family part rather than, you know, do bits and bobs. I can go, I don't know, sort out stuff that you can only sort out from Monday to Friday, from like 9 o'clock till 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock or whatever. I mean, you can understand where I'm getting with this, yeah? It's just, you got so much more you're capable to do at a job like that rather than tramping. I'm not saying tramping's bad, because trust me, I love tramping, yeah? Like going abroad, stuff like that, I'd love to do it again, obviously. But with me, I've got kids, I've got family. So I had to give up a little bit of my dream and try to find, you know, the appropriate job to, you know, concentrate on the rest of things that are important in the life. Because, as I said, you know, once the kids grow up and everything, I've got a, you know, retirement plan, should I call it that way? Because, as probably some of you know, I'm a coach driver as well. And my retirement plan is doing abroad coach jobs, you know, with my missus, you know, taking her abroad. Because that's a lovely piece of, you know, side hustle, should I call it. You go away to Italy for 2 weeks, you know, you get paid, you get all inclusive, you just drive there and that's it. And then you drive back, and that's the job you do, and you get paid every day, you know, day rate. It's not some kind of big day rate, but you know, it's just a perfect retirement plan if you still want to drive. I'll be fully honest, yeah, being here, it's not my dream job. It's not my, I don't know how to explain it, because most folks, most people will treat truck driving as a job. I never used to treat truck driving as a job until I started working here. Like I say, there's aspects of this job which I mainly don't like, but this, you know, being back at the yard, what, 4.5 hours from when you started, that saves the whole job. That's only reason why I'm still here. And there's other bits and bobs which I'd like to say officially, but I can't. Unfortunately, you know, I don't know who watches these videos. There might be someone from this firm that starts watching these videos. I mean, like, best example is Mulgrew. Yeah, I've started doing a little bit recording at Mulgrew's. Everybody found, you know, the videos. I don't know how, I don't know where, I don't know who, but it just went boom, and the whole Mulgrew started watching it. Whereas RDS, you know, I made that one video. I did tell one person, but that one person I actually knew beforehand, before I started working in Mulgrew's. So, I mean, not Mulgrew's, RDS, sorry. So, I'm guessing that one person told a few people at RDS, and they watched it as well. I mean, it wasn't a bang-on video. I'm not professional. I'm not trying to say, you know, I'm not trying to say I'm good at videos. That's not what I'm trying to say. I'm learning as I go at it, obviously. But, you know, the V8 video was a lot more standard within the industry rather than what I was trying to do at Mulgrew's. Because at Mulgrew's I had time, obviously, you know, to record sites. I had time to stop, you know, I had time to, you know, just take good shots and everything. I had time to, you know, explain a little bit, after the first video, obviously I didn't get praises because yeah, they didn't like the part where I was showing, you know, the stock of the trailer, whereas here they don't care about this kind of stuff, because obviously I can't go into too much detail because then I put a little bit of jeopardy of Mulgrooves. I put Mulgrooves a little bit in jeopardy, which I don't want to do. Mulgrooves, 10 out of 10. If I was single, if I didn't have kids, I'd probably work there. But my dream always was driving abroad, which I'm still not doing now. But you get where I'm going with this, yeah? I mean, I'll be fully honest, yeah? Mulgrooves, bang on. They didn't, you know, especially if you do their work, yeah? They looked after you, you know, they weren't rude to you like 70% of the firms you work at, especially at tramping, you know, they treat you like a criminal at times. Whereas Mulgrooves, fully friendly. If you had an issue, you always knew where to go. Well, if you didn't, someone would tell you where to go. You know, they didn't bother you. They didn't, I don't know how to explain it. You know, me and Phil were hard-working individuals up there, and we were kind of living the dream. Like, this is what our expectations were from tramping when we were working there. Like, it fulfilled our expectations and everything, but me and Phil always, you know, have this little kind of dream where we want to go abroad. Well, at least I do. I can't speak for Phil fully, but I'm guessing, you know, he was a few times abroad with a lorry, you know, doing Pirelli and stuff like that, you know, the Formula races, taking the tyres there and everything. So I'm guessing, you know, from what he was telling me, the experience and everything, he'd love to do it every day as well. But yeah, you know, you can't have everything at the same time. I did, but obviously my kids were missing out on it. So I've decided to, you know, swipe clean the slate and came here. Now I'm home every day, you know, kids see me, which is the main part. This is why I work here. Kids see me, yeah? Even if I were busy, like, you know, during December and January, like I told you, we were flat out busy. Like, we were working, well, you know what I mean with flat out busy. Like, we weren't home all day. We came back home, quick shower, you didn't even have time to eat, you just went straight to bed. Which obviously had its own toll, but what I'm trying to say is the fact that kids see you walking in, taking that quick shower, and even if the kids, you know, you don't talk to the kids, even if you just say hello, or even if you're asleep and they see you being asleep, daddy's home. That's what I'm trying to get to. Daddy's home, you know, and that is already a big difference from tramping. But it was just them 2 months that were really, really busy. Like, I started here some end of August, something like that. Like, end of August. I've worked here, what, six months now, is it? Something like that. So I can, you know, say a thing or two about this firm, because a bad firm you can see from a distance, yeah. Like, you can work 1 week and you already know it's a bad firm. Whereas here, I had to give it time. I had to get used to all the multi-drops. I never used to be a multi-drop driver and everything. I mean, for somebody that doesn't want to do a lot of talking on videos, I talk way too much. But yeah, I mean, this is not the end of YouTube. This is not the end of my channel. This is not the end of, you know, what I'm trying to accomplish here. Look at that biker here. Nice bike. Go on, give it some. Give it some. I thought it was going to be better. This gives me a little bit of time of explaining of what I'm trying to, you know, accomplish with YouTube as well. let me start with telling you a little bit about myself. I'm a guy where everything motorized I like, everything that has wheels I like, other than forklifts. I mean, I know how to drive a forklift. I've got a forklift license as well. But what I'm trying to say is, I like motorbikes, I like cars, I like trucks, you know, like I'm fully into it. I like planes, like I've got, you know, a full simulator. I know how to, you know, fly a 737. I'd never flew it before, but obviously simulators and everything with nowadays, you know, technology, pilots use these to start learning, you know. When you go and do your pilot license, you start with a simulator. So, and that's what I'm using as well. I know how to fly a 737 PMDG in the simulator, like fully from the navigation, I'm trying to say, to everything. The only thing I'm missing out is the weather. But weather, obviously, you know, you got the main part out of your system, you know, learning how to fly, learning how to use the most complicated stuff, which is like, you know, the navigation system and stuff like that. I know how to turn autopilot, I know how to land, stuff like that. I am fully sure that I am quite sure I'd be able to land in emergency situations. Obviously, I'd be able to land a plane, a Boeing 737. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, I'm running off topic here again. What I'm trying to say is, you know, I've got so many hobbies which I'd love to record. Trucking is one of them, which I've started recording. Unfortunately, I didn't record them in my DAF. You know, the one I were actually, you know, building, because I were installing all lights. I managed to paint it. I've managed, you know, to do so many stuff. And there was so much more I wanted to do, but I just never had, you know, I never got around to it because, you know, things change. I worked there, I don't know, 4 years, 5 years. You know, I were quite good to do with leaving that job, but yeah, I mean, you can't just put everything on the job side and then just forget about your own life. Yeah, I mean, I did that for quite a long time, and now it's time to, you know, make a turn of it. And yeah, where do I see the future of this channel? There will be a few trucking videos. There might be a coach video every now and then, because I do get, you know, odd days that people want me, you know, driving coach, bus, or, you know, going for a class 1. Obviously, you know, the firm up here doesn't have a problem as long as I'm doing everything within, you know, the law. And so yeah, that's one part. Another part, I don't know if I should say officially, because you've seen a few regis up here, like not in this video particularly, but you've seen my regis. You know, my face is quite familiar. But I'm really into drifting. I've always been, and I really want to go into that side of things. I really want to go into that side of things and record that kind of stuff. Maybe not like fully along Night Ride. I don't know if you know that. Most of you probably know Night Ride off YouTube. They do banging videos. They seem like really sound blokes. I never met them, but you know, you can somehow tell on camera if someone's being honest, and you know, you can see their personality of a YouTube video if they're not fully fake, because there's some YouTubers obviously that, you know, can fake it brilliantly. I'm not pointing fingers at anyone, but as I say, you know, something along that kind of side, like Night Ride does their videos, but not exactly. There's one Polish YouTuber which his videos, like the things he does, it's like my, you know, he sets an example for me. The way he does videos, the way he does YouTube, the way, you know, he drifts those cars. He has nice, you know, he's got a nice mind for these kind of stuff. Like, he knows how to, you know, I can't get the words out for it. He knows how to do the videos, he knows how to take shots, he knows how to drift, you know, like the ideal thing that I would love to do, you know what I mean? Like, I've done a few drifting sessions, put it that way, before. Obviously, if you follow my TikTok, you probably know about this. I'm not posting it up here just yet because, you know, there's reasons behind it. And yeah, I'd love to go into that side of stuff. We'll see how we get on. So yeah, from a V8 to a rigid, driving every day. I mean, I drove a few times like V8, so it wasn't like it was fully my lorry anyway. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Let me just show my face before I say bye. So yeah, as I say, thank you very much for watching. This was SeanProd.TV. I'm back at the yard, and I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna enjoy life. I don't know if I probably will upload this because obviously, you know, I've managed to get out, I've managed to do a bit of recording. I'm not saying I've done a good job of it today, but better than, you know, having nothing. Better than we're doing so far, which is what, 8, I don't know, I can't remember exactly, but I think it were 8 months without recording. I'm still alive, you know. I hope I don't look that bad. Obviously, trying to make the most out of this job. And yeah, as I say, thank you very much for watching. This was SeanProd.TV. I will see you sometime soon. Hopefully this is not the end. Well, I know I'm pretty sure this is not the end, but you never know. You never know. Maybe next video might be a year from now on. you never know. You never know. I'm not capable of doing everything. So again, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and comment. I'm not even asking about subscribing because you probably know by now. I do ask quite a lot for subscriptions due to the reason that people don't actually subscribe to me. 80% of the channel, 80% of the viewers, sorry, don't subscribe to me. So yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We will be doing some crazy things up here. Maybe not on the lorry side of aspect, but I'm just concentrating on that car behind me because I'm pulling a U in. And yeah, again, thank you again. This was SeanProd.TV. I'll see you in the next video.